Welcome back, everyone. How are you all doing today? So today we're going to be discussing the number one survivor that all new players and players who are looking to improve the way that they play, especially for solo queue, should start with. Now, I understand that there's a number of guides out there for new players on which survivor to take and which perks you want to go for and which builds you want to create and whatever, but all of that is really messy. This is just one survivor and their entire perk loadout. And the best part about this is that this is a recommendation that I got years ago from an old video by Time, and the recommendation still holds true today. So, without further ado, let's start by unveiling this survivor. It's Claudette. Claudette is the number one survivor for all new players or players looking to improve how they play, especially for solo queue, should start with. And let's get into why. The reason why Claudette is the best survivor for new players or players who are looking to improve, especially for solo queue, all comes down to one thing and one thing only: perk synergy. Claudette is the only survivor where all three of her perks synergize perfectly with each other. And in addition to that, Claudette's perks have multiple functions. They're very flexible if you know how to use them properly. This gives her a lot more, flexibility in the trial and the ability to perform multiple tasks at once. So this is very beneficial for both avoiding killers and helping your team. Now let's discuss her perks. And speaking of evading killers, let's start with empathy. Now you might be wondering what a perk that allows you to see the auras of injured survivors has to do with evading killers. And this is where empathy is deceptively powerful, especially for new players. At tier 3, empathy allows you to see the aura of all injured survivors anywhere on the map. So when a survivor becomes injured, so long as you're paying attention, you'll be able to see where they are and, based on the way they're moving, determine if they are likely still in chase, or even see if they're running in your direction, giving you time to sneak away to avoid them rubbing the killer off on you like a booger. For more advanced players, this same information can be used to determine if and when to run in for a body block or if you want to set up for a flashlight save. Once you understand how to read your teammates' movements, empathy can provide you with this wealth of information in addition to the obvious, finding injured survivors so you can heal them. This brings us to the next perk, Botany Knowledge. At max level, Botany Knowledge increases healing speeds by 50%, shaving precious seconds off of any heal, including healing yourself. And unlike other perks, this boost is static and independent of any other conditions. This means you get a nice boost to healing yourself and others with zero downsides. Speaking of healing yourself, now for the most contentious perk in the game, self-care. Now, just last week I released a video in defense of self-care, so I won't go too deep into that topic. However, it's worth noting that if used by itself, self-care is, in fact, among one of the worst perks in the game. Self-care, however, is incredibly powerful, but only when paired with supporting perks and when used intelligently. This is essentially why the perk gets a bad rap, players being dumb and not running supporting perks. The ability to heal yourself means you getting yourself back into the game quickly when there's no other survivors around to heal you. This also means that you get to avoid going down the next time a killer hits you with an M1, or you can run in for another body block. It's also a great way to protect yourself against sandbaggers who 99 your heal so they can milk you for points while still leaving you vulnerable to the killer. I would know, it's saved me more than a few times from this situation. All three of Claudette's perks are fairly strong on their own, but when used together are significantly more powerful and are excellent tools for helping survivors to better understand the game. Now, I know there aren't any exhaustion perks in her loadout, but surprisingly that's what makes her even better. I can't tell you how many times I've run into survivors who rely on their exhaustion perks to do all the heavy lifting for them. By not running exhaustion perks, players are then forced to learn the maps and the tiles for how best to evade killers. Take it from experience, the difference between players who know and understand loops versus players who are carried by exhaustion perks is very noticeable. In conclusion, the 3 teachable perks belonging to Claudette will help new players to avoid killers, support teammates, and support yourself when your team isn't supporting you. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very informative. Let me know down below what you guys think and who your favorite survivor to start with is in the comments, once again, down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check me out on Twitch. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.